What's up, family? Hope that all is well, and I hope that you guys had a lekker long weekend. I just came here to share a quick story with you guys. This isn't from a place of arrival, you know. I don't feel like I've arrived. That is why I'm sharing this. I'm only sharing it because I hope that it would hope that it will touch someone, you know. And yeah, so many of you have seen the post about the short film, and I'm so grateful to each and every one of you for the well wishes and, you know, for the kind words. It really means a lot to me. I know I posted it a few months ago, and it left me speechless to see everyone showing their love. And I just wanted to share my journey with you guys, but I want to do it as short as possible, you know. So I'm gonna cut a few stuff out, and I'm basically summarizing it, you know. So in the year 2021, or even before that, I can't even remember, because, you know, I don't like to. I believe that you need to forget about the past. But nevertheless, I lived in the church around that time, and it was a very challenging season for me, you know. And during that time, I questioned God a lot. I needed to understand why did He put me in this place, you know. And I loved that because I wanted to pursue art at the time, and my mother wasn't really fond of the idea, because she wanted me to get a job and work in an office, and you know how the tale goes. But then I just felt like I want to do more, and that would be a purposeless life for myself, you know. So I'm not saying if you're there in that position it's purposeless, but for me personally, I felt like it was purposeless. And then because she didn't agree with, and it's not really because she didn't support the idea or whatever, it was just because you know how it goes, man. They have a job, need to help out at home, and with art it would take a time to get there to where you want to be. So I decided I'm gonna go live in the church, you know. And while living in the church, I questioned God, because I know that this is something that He put in my heart, and it's something that He basically wants me to do. And you'll understand why I say that as I continue telling the story. Yeah, so I knew that this is where God wanted me to be in my life. But then while living there, I questioned Him, and it felt like He didn't answer me at the time when I needed Him to answer me. So while living at the church, I was part of the media team, and I would do the photos and pictures. Photos and pictures are the same thing. The photos and videos of the church under the leadership of Bruce Martins. And this was while Pastor Ash, who you guys know as Umbiza Fani Park, was still there, and he was the full-time pastor. So when he made his transition from ministry to politics, he had to take Bruce with him. And since Bruce had to leave, there was no one to head up the production. There was nobody to take over from him. And then I had to take over. But I didn't know how to edit and do live streaming, because live streaming was the thing after COVID or during COVID, basically. Yeah. And I had to learn. So I learned on YouTube. And this was in I think late 2021. Yeah, late 2021 going into 2022. So while doing the media for the church, and after a few months of doing it, I then decided I wanted to do, or rather to take on Trust the Process, which is the business that I found, that I started with Jerome, who you guys may know as Auntie Bridget. If you don't, you're missing out. And we decided that we want to take it on full time. It's a brand that we started in 2018, but it started manifesting in 2022. So we decided that that's what we want to do, and then we left full-time ministry, because we were there full-time. We got paid for doing media at the church, and a few months passed by. So we had gigs in between, you know, and it was all right. It was good. It was a good learning process, and it still is, because we're still learning. And we then got this gig, and later realized that it was a scam. So these guys scammed us, and they robbed us from all our equipment. This is now months after us being at the church and being involved in media under Trust the Process. And then a few months later, I had been at home, and I only had one camera. We had like close to 6 cameras that had been taken away from us. Cameras that we bought, cameras that we came together as a team and decided to build together. Some people even gave us equipment. While at home, I decided to apply companies to get a job within the film industry. However, I don't have the experience, and I don't have a qualification, because most of these companies need people with a qualification. And I was declined or rejected. And then this was when this opportunity came up, the youth filmmaker project opportunity. It was during this time, people had sent it to me, and I doubted, because I felt like I was going to be rejected again, and I wasn't going to make the cut. But nevertheless, I applied, and then I forgot about it. I literally forgot. And then a few months, let's say months passed by, and then we received an email, or rather I received an email, and it was from the Youth Filmmaker Project people. In the email, it said that we had to go for an interview. So we had been shortlisted. So as part of those candidates, I went for the interview, and I felt like I flopped it. Because when I entered the room, the SABC was there, NFVF, Sisanda Hena Films was there. So it was nerve-wracking. And I felt like, nah, I didn't make it. I came home, my mother asked how it went. I said, nah, I don't think I made it. And she said, no, just have faith, you know, it's yours. And then a few days passed by, and then I received an email, and they said, I made it. And now I have the opportunity to sit in rooms with executives and film industry professionals and they had been mentoring us until now. We're going to start filming really soon, and our films will air on SABC 1. But why do I share the story with you guys? Is because I know that there's someone out there that has a dream, and you feel like you're not at the right place. You could be doing more. But through my experience, I know that God wants you to be where you are so that He can prepare you for where you need to be. And that's what happened to me. I was living in a church and I couldn't understand why. But that church was the foundation for me to help me gain the skills that I have today. And with those skills, I'm now able to direct my first film. And I'm not where I want to be, but I'm not where I used to be, you know. I'm still learning a lot. There's still a lot that I need to learn, and there's still a lot that I'm going to learn, you know. But it's all about you trusting and believing that where you are is not the end. You're in a place or a season where God is preparing you for better days. So my encouragement to you is that you shouldn't lose the faith. Always trust that God has a plan for your life, and know that you're on the right track. It doesn't matter what anybody says. I'm still on this journey. I haven't arrived. And even when I do get to that place where I want to be, I'll never feel like I've arrived, because I know there's always so much to learn. There's almost always so much to do. So I'm grateful to every one of you for congratulating me, for all the well wishes, for all the love, for all the support. Keep me in your prayers, and yeah, let's make history.